I think we all know something's wrong with the world, but why? Why do bad things happen? Why are there car crashes and your house burns down? Your kid dies of cancer. Why does your boss hate you? Why are there world wars? Why are there cities burning down? If there's an all-powerful God that loves us, why doesn't he stop these things? Well, to understand both what happens in your life on a daily basis, to understand world events, future events, world history itself, you have to understand that there was a war in heaven. So instead of starting with Genesis, we're going to go to Revelation and see what happened before the world began, that there was a war that spread to this earth. So join us. Revelation 12:7 says, and there was war in heaven. War in heaven. What a loaded phrase. How could that have happened? And why? And apparently this war was not solely a physical one, but more importantly, it was a war of words. It was a power struggle. There was intrigue. And that's where we're going to begin in our sweep through history to understand world history from a biblical standpoint. What happened in heaven? So Revelation 12:7 says, and there was war in heaven, and Michael and his angels fought with the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought. What? A dragon? Who's this dragon? If you go into the Bible without preconceived ideas, and you ask God to reveal to you his word, you will see that either within that same passage or within other passages in the Bible, it will explain itself. You don't have to rely on other people. You don't have to rely on me. You don't have to rely on commentaries or gurus of any kind. You can figure this out. Even Revelation and Daniel, which seem to be a little bit confusing for people. So tip number 1 is the Bible will explain itself, sometimes in that passage or sometimes in other passages. And what I mean by that is use marginal references. Get a Bible like this. I know it's handy to have digital ones, but this is a game changer. When it's got marginal references and you're reading along and you see a letter, it's like being in playing a video game and you find a little passageway that shoots you over to another room where you can pick up more clues or more tools. Well, in this case, it'll take you to another place in the Bible that will further explain that passage. Now, most of the time it'll be very helpful. Occasionally the verse may not add too much to the story, but in most cases it will. Now, the Bible does explain who Michael is, but in this case we're not going to pursue that. We're going to continue with the war itself. So Revelation 12:8 continues and says, but they did not prevail, nor was a place found for them in heaven any longer. So the dragon, this is verse 9, the great dragon was cast out, and it tells who the dragon is. This is what I mean by the Bible explaining itself. It continues by saying, so the great dragon was cast out, that serpent of old, called the devil and Satan. So there's 4 terms here that are interchangeable. So if you see those somewhere in the Bible, you can kind of cross-reference that mentally as to what the Bible's talking about. Called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. He was cast to the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So we're going to try to keep these videos short and to the point, and you can keep following the story as you want, as you've got time. But in this first video, we find out A, there was a war in heaven. B, that after this war, the result was that the devil and his angels were kicked out. Now, why didn't God just kill him? That's all going to unfold over time as we get to those topics. But for right now, this lays the groundwork that you're in a war, and it's based on this planet. This is ground zero. So the bad things, the good things, the various things that are confusing to you that happen in this world, both on a personal level and on a national and a global level, are being influenced by this war, because there are good and bad angels behind the scenes that we don't normally see. Sometimes we do, but in general, it's going on kind of like in another dimension. All right, join us next time for more.